guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we're going to do something a little bit more fun and less educational. We're going to be doing a photography bingo, and I'm going to be using Brandon Wolfel's card. There are other photographers who have made their own version of the photography bingo card, so if you don't like this one you can always go look at other people's cards if you'd like to play the game, or yeah. But yeah, let's get started. So, made a tripod out of books. I think everyone has actually done this, whether you're a photographer or not. I remember like I used to get dressed up whenever I felt like it, and then I'd set up my phone and put like a whole bunch of books there just to hold my phone. But I didn't really do it with my camera because I was too scared it would fall. So I would suggest that to everyone else. Don't use your camera if you're making a book out of tripods. FaceTime photo shoots. I haven't done this. I know a lot of people have been doing it during quarantine because obviously you can't take photos. But I haven't done it. I haven't really been bothered, and also I don't know about how good the photos would come out, so I haven't even really worried about it. Increase clarity on out of focus photos. I'm guilty of this, I will admit, but I objective. I did it when basically I first started out photography, and I didn't really try to get it, right at the shoot for the first time or whatever. So basically, as I go to Photoshop, or I was using Lightroom at the time, I would try and like put that clarity up. And thank goodness I don't do that today, because I don't even say anymore. It was a horrible idea back then, and just thank goodness I don't do it anymore. Well, it's not like I put the clarity all the way up. It was just like a slight bit, but I mean, it still doesn't look good. Get it right when you're doing the photo shoots. Where am I? Okay, there. Photo shoot at sunrise. Oh, I've done this, and I will never do this again. It was horrible. Like, I was freezing and cold, and we went to bed late that night and then woke up early, so we were all miserable, I'll be honest. So we went to the Eastern Cape. I went on holiday with my friend at the time, and I did like a little shoot there on the beach. One thing nice about doing a photo shoot at sunrise is I find that the colors are like a pinkish purplish color, so that's one good thing about doing a photo shoot at sunrise. But if you're not a morning person, then don't bother. Just rather do it in the afternoon when it's like more golden or whatever. Okay, where am I? No photo credit. Oh, so many times, I'll be honest. So I don't know whether you're doing a photo shoot for free or it's a paid photo shoot. I don't know. I think you should always be getting credit, but also make sure to ask your clients, before the shoots, once they get the photos, can they give you credit for it, just to, so you can build your business that way. I personally always, when I go to see my clients to sign my contracts or whatever before the shoot, I do always ask them at the signing of the contract to give me credit when they post the photos online. I don't necessarily put it in my contracts, I just ask them in person, because I don't know, I just feel like I don't want to force someone to give me credit. It feels a bit pushy to me. Taken as self-portrait. I have done this. During the quarantine, I actually did like a small photo shoot, and I had this like whole photo shoot plan and everything, and then I set up my backdrop and whatever, and I took like 3 photos, and I was like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. I hated it. I don't like taking photos of myself. I like being behind the camera. So I literally excuse me, I literally only took like 3 photos, and then I edited the one just for the sake of editing something, otherwise it would have been a waste of time. And the photo I edited came up nice, but I don't know, for me as a photographer, I just prefer being behind the camera, and I'm sure a lot of photographers can agree. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, I personally don't like being in front of the camera. Said you're booked when you're not. I've done this, I would admit. basically, I usually do this when a client stays far or whatever, or they want to do a photo shoot at a location that's far, and they're insistent on it. Then I'll rather be like, oh no, I'm booked, you know, because I don't really like to drive too far. I like to stay a certain distance from my place. Otherwise, I don't know, it's just a waste of time, in my opinion. So yeah, I'd rather just tell them, you know, I'm booked or something. Okay, edited in Photoshop. I've done that. I think almost everyone has done that. Had a hard drive corrupt. This is like the most horrible day ever. Or was the most horrible day. So I went to do, I think it was like a clothing brand shoot, and I came back home and put my SD card in my laptop to import the photos, and then I only started editing the photos the next day, and then I noticed that some of the photos weren't there, and I freaked out, and then I messaged the person. It was like, it wasn't a serious shoot, it was like I gave the person like a cheap kind of shoot, because I was just starting out there, or starting photography, so I gave her like a very cheap price, so it didn't really matter that some of the photos were missing anyway, but still it's not professional to me, so I was still freaking out, but at least the client understood. So thank goodness that's over, but like ever since then I put my photos onto my computer and like external hard drive, etc. So I have like 3 sources on my photos, so in case like 2 of them go corrupt, which is very unlikely, but in case it does happen, you know, I have backup. Let's see, underwater photography, no. Once again, I'm not really bothered about it. I generally like to do outdoor nature shoots, like that type of thing. I'm not really bothered with like studio or, you know, night photography or whatever. So I generally just stick to what I like. So I've never done that. Ruined a roll of film. I have never done this. I actually have never shot in film, so that's never happened to me. Although I would like to shoot in film one day. I think shooting in film is, I don't know, it's got like a distinct look compared to digital and just like making it black and white in Photoshop. So I would definitely like to do that in the future. Shot with a lens cap on, duh, obviously. Even as a professional today, I still sometimes do that. Free. Oh, awesome, we got a free one. I don't know if Brandon Woofle was just like in a happy mood, so I gave a free one, and we just don't know what else to put there. But thank you. Hated every photo on a shoot. I wouldn't necessarily say hated, but I wasn't like 100% in love with them. And it was when I did a shoot and I was trying like a new genre of photography out just to see how would it go. I didn't really like the photos, so I don't really go to that genre of photography anymore. So I wouldn't necessarily say hate it, but I guess if you don't fully love them, then it counts as hating. So I guess I have. And then trespassed for a photo. Sort of. I don't know if I could say I have, but I'm gonna take it anyway. So basically what happened was I was in, I think either Abu Dhabi or Dubai, I don't remember, but it's one of like the biggest mosques in the UAE. And they had like this water feature in the front, and I wanted to like take a photo at a certain angle, so I went past the line. I didn't know there was like a line or a rope, or I don't know what, but basically I tried to take a photo, and then the security guard came to me and he was like, no, you can't be there. You know, I was freaking out because I don't know the law, because I haven't stayed in that country before or long enough. So I started freaking out and I was like, okay, then I moved back. But yeah, basically I freaked out because, you know, obviously the law, because in South Africa the law is sort of useless, so people don't really take it seriously. Where am I? I think oh no, I'm going the right way. Let's go down now. So, exceeded camera shutter count. I have not done this. Asked a stranger for a photo. I've never really done this. I don't know. It's very it's very weird to ask people for a photo. I don't know, for me it's a bit like creepy and stalkerish. I don't know, maybe certain people won't mind, but I think a lot of people from where I'm from, it's not really appropriate, so I haven't done that. Broken a prop. I have not done this. Generally, I'm very careful with my photography equipment and props and everything, so I have never done this. Ugly location challenge. Like, I've shot on the street before, but I don't know if it's necessarily like an ugly location challenge. Because like, I think like if it were an ugly location challenge, I would have to go to like the city or whatever, but it's not really safe to do that, so I don't think I can actually say I've done that. Camera goes everywhere with you. Hell no, no. That is not me, because you'll get your friends and your family, oh, take a photo of me. And I mean, if I'm hanging out with my friends or my family, I want to be hanging out with them and having a good time, not working, you know. So I don't do that. Shot a wedding. I have done this. I've like assisted at a wedding, and then I've also shot a wedding, and never again, because it is so tiring. Your hands get sore because you're constantly carrying this heavy camera around you. I don't know, you're just on your feet basically from 8 in the morning to whatever time at night. So it's not really nice. So, you know, props to whoever does wedding photography, because you are like a superhero, honestly. I think the only thing that's nice about shooting a wedding is that you get like free food sometimes, and usually like the food at the wedding is so good. So yeah. Okay, gotten asked for raw photos. Yeah, and I think it's mainly like people who are generally impatient to ask for the raw photos, but I don't give my raw photos out because it's not my work, so don't bother asking me, because you're only going to get the edited ones. I'll pay you in exposure. Oh my word. If you ask me this, I will give you the biggest eye roll ever. Don't ever ask me this. Like, when I just started photography, and I was sort of transitioning into opening my photography business, there were quite a few people who did ask me this, and I did do it sometimes if I had time. But if you had to ask me today, I would never, because I've learned that, you know, just because it's photography, it shouldn't be free. You should pay them, because you put in a lot of work, and you put in a lot of work and time. Time is money, guys. No. Dropped your camera. No, never, ever, ever. And I touch wood, I never, because I can literally just see dollar bills flying. Not even like rands, dollar bills, because that's how freaking expensive photography is. And then last one, photo shoot at midnight. No, I've never done this. Or actually I have, but not like of a person. We went camping, my boyfriend and his parents. We went camping the one day, and I sat there next to the dam or the river. Yeah, it was a river. And I shot photos of the moon, but that's really about it. I haven't really done like photos of people, so I guess that sort of counts as a night photo shoot. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to leave a comment down below about what you thought of this video, and give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you can be notified when my next video is up. Bye guys!